Hello, and thank you for joining me here on Sew Stitch Hex. I'm Miss Izzy, and today in the segment I like to call Bibliofancy, we are going to be doing a review of Basic Witches by Jaya Saxena and Jess Zimmerman. And I always feel like I'm saying Jaya's name wrong, and I might be, but ta-da! Now, this book is really cute. It has a lot of really great, modern, techno witch artwork in it, and that I do enjoy. There's a lot here, and I read this book a few years ago on my plane trip to Paris and Barcelona, and I really enjoyed it. Mostly the artwork. That's what really got me, was all the artwork. I thought it was just so great, and I really enjoyed it. But I also don't think it's that much of a witchy book. Yes, there is some stuff in here that's okay, this could be witchcraft. And some of this is yes, this is witchcraft, but most of it feels like a self-help book. It makes itself appear more who are you? Find yourself as an individual and express yourself as an individual. I love that. I talk about that all the time. But most of it isn't. Some of it is more modern witchcraft, so it's how to dress yourself. Yeah, you may think that's dumb, but some people are okay, I can wear a t-shirt and jeans all the time. No, I hardly ever wear a t-shirt and jeans. I wear them if I get them as gifts, and that's cool, whatever. But you can wear whatever color lipstick you want. If you want to wear green, and I have green, and I've worn green. If you want to do crazy makeup like you see on the internet for aesthetic, but actually wear it every day, do it. Don't be afraid. It tells you to really find the things you enjoy. It has a couple really cute little spells that are kind of meditative, but mostly on finding yourself. So there's a lot of basic glamour-ish stuff, especially in the first couple chapters where you're find yourself, and the actual chapter named Glamour, chapter 2. But kind of initiating yourself, it has lots of things that are just feel more be positive, be yourself, express yourself, and be good. This is more Wiccan than it is some more the things that I do. I like curses. This isn't as cursy. It's more being at peace with yourself. It does talk about eat food, and it talks about other cute things to do. If you want boundless energy, make banana ice cream. So it has really cute things that are just kind of household witchery, and lots of really simple stuff that this could appeal really well to a late teens, early 20s witch. It has some cute stuff on which pet should be your familiar, which really brings out some problems because most people believe your familiar is not going to be in the physical realm. Yes, your familiar could have been in the physical realm, and then as it passed away, become a spiritual guiding animal, because that is kind of what it is, your spiritual, magical guiding animal. So, kind of brings up some iffy points, but there's some really cute things about making friends, but it's really dumb to me because it's just your Coven. Just go find friends. That's what it's telling you to do. It's being super extra, but it really is just go make friends, go be a person, eat food. So yes, some of it's witchy, but most of it's just be a human, and it's okay. I guess they needed a self-help book for witches that they didn't call self-help. But overall, I think it's pretty cute. I mean, it has some stuff that's super extra, a spell of yes and no. This visualization focuses your mind on the innate elemental power we all exercise when saying yes and no. And it's kind of your yes and no are very powerful. In earth and water and air and fire, I am the master of my desire. And then you repeat saying the incantation while focusing on yes and no. And imagine a surface rippling in a glass of water like in Jurassic Park. And then you kind of picture light. It's a lot of visualization. It's not the way I like to work. I like to work with physical items, but this is a lot of visualization and a lot of more cute things like setting your boundaries, being able to say no, tell someone no, be able to say yes definitively. Like, it just talks a lot about being a human. They do talk about sex, and the problems I found in the sex and some problems I found in the like sexual identity sections, whereas it felt like the two authors had varying opinions. It felt like one was very like, do all the sex, have all the fun, do your thing, do it, just do you. And it felt like the other author was like, I mean, you do you, but also like low-key slut shame. Like, that's what it sounds like. Like, they're not trying to, but it very much sounded like they were trying to say like, you do you, but I'm gonna judge you from over here. I don't know which author it was, but someone definitely low-key has some under the radar shade to be thrown. It felt, at least. And I noted that while reading, like, are these authors talking to each other? Because, like, they're not intentionally saying it, but it's definitely like it was missed in an editorial decision to collide them together. And this is a great example. So there's a lot of like really good like attitude in this book where they're like, expelling social toxicity, how to cure your allergy to people who suck, and like a lot of stuff like that. That's like super fun because of the attitude in it. But overall, I really did enjoy it, even though I didn't consider it a witch book. It really was just like a self-help book. They do have ways to divinate. They have an adorable section on tessomancy that I really enjoyed. I think I found it. Oh my god. It was so cute. So like my favorite is you're gonna die, and it says you're, like you are, gonna, G-O-N-N-A, die. And it's in a cup. And it's like, this one could mean anything. Or when it has like ones that make sense. Club of tea leaves. You've just had some tea. And that's just hilarious to me. Like, I love the tessomancy ones, which makes me think of how they missed the opportunity for a modern witchcraft thing where you get like a Starbucks Frappuccino with Java chips, and you use the Java chips on the inside of the cup to read your fortunes, like tessomancy, but with Frappuccinomancy or something like that. Like, you missed the opportunity to be like basic white girl, which is what I felt you could have done in the book. That's how it feels. I would love to do that with a pumpkin spice latte. That'd be fun. Not really a latte. I'd rather do it with like a pumpkin spice with something added to it in a Frappuccino. I like the Frappuccinos. It's ice cream but coffee. Love it. But yeah, so I found that great, even though they missed an opportunity and they just mentioned some of the classics. But overall, it was just so fun. And I'll say that a billion times because it's so true. Everything I read was just, here's something kind of witchy, but mostly just be human. Practice talking to people. Practice being yourself. Dress what expresses you the most. I did enjoy their mention of perfume and the way they approached fashion in the book. They briefly mentioned things that make it like okay to be a guy reading the book, or okay to be, more so in this case, be gender non-conforming and wear more masculine associated clothing. Or in here it just felt like very dandyism, and I thought it was precious. I adored it. They're like using scarves and pocket squares and accents of color and using, different perfumes, and I loved it. Talking about haircuts and how important that can be. Talking about nail art. All kinds of different things that can apply to both male and female associated individuals, or either / neither. And I really enjoyed it. Like, it was pretty cute overall. Like, I did greatly enjoy this book. I wouldn't use it as a witchcraft practice, but it did inspire some of the things that I enjoy in my modern witchcraft fashion. So, like, always dressing as you feel, dressing as yourself, never being afraid that if it's not your normal thing to do it anyway, wearing whatever color lipstick you want. I wear teal sometimes, most of the time I wear purple, but I've been wearing pink and red lately just because I'm very pink and red. But, like, I like how it's basically be yourself and be happy. Although there was a conflict between the authors and the overall lack of witchiness, overall it's a good book. And I mean, I won't read it again, but you should always try it once. Maybe you'll like it. Alright, thank you for joining me here on So Stitch Hex for this segment of Bibliofancy and this rambly review of Basic Witches. Alright, thanks a lot, and I hope to cast a spell or read a book with you in the next video.